For me to read? Yeah. Okay. Straight ahead on this digital edition of the News at 5, 3 children fighting for their lives after a house fire in Columbia. Their mother in jail facing serious charges, and police say they're going to make sure she stays there. Plus, more than they expected, an investigation into an inmate's death at the Richland County Jail, finding so much more. Tonight, why the sheriff says he hopes new leadership there can help turn the tide. A digital edition of the News at 5 starts now.
Live from the Fox Studios in Columbia, it's Watch Fox News at 5 Local First.
We begin tonight with a Columbia mother facing charges after police say her 3 young children were left home alone when a fire ripped through their house last night. Now, firefighters able to rescue those children from the burning home, but tonight all 3 in critical condition at the Augusta Burn Unit. Our Kara Daniel tracking that story tonight. She's live in the neighborhood where it all happened. Fire officials and police just talking about this case a little while ago. Kara, what do we know here?
Yeah, Brian, investigators say firefighters found the children inside that door after forcing their way through the front. Now their mother is in jail as several agencies work to figure out what sparked the flames. Columbia Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins says crews were called to a home on Florence Street around 9:30 Monday night after reports came in about that fire. When firefighters got there, they had to force their way in through the front door, and there was smoke coming from inside of the house. The fire was near the front of the home, while those 3 children, just 6, 4, and 2, were found near the back of the house. Fire crews were able to pull them out of the house, and they were rushed to the Columbia Hospital before being transferred to the Augusta Burn Center. Police say no adults were in the home when firefighters got there. The children's mother, 28-year-old Zaina Odin, is now facing 3 counts of unlawful conduct towards a child after police say Odin didn't even contact law enforcement after she learned about the fire. The fire marshal's office and SLED are also investigating.
Could have been a whole lot worse. And again, as a parent, these are the calls that you always remember. She deserves to be in jail, and I will be at her bond setting to make sure she stays there.
Well, had they not got in as quick as they did, or if there was any type of time delay, it could have been worse.
Investigators are asking anyone with information to please contact the Columbia Police Department or the Crime Stoppers. Now on the news at 10, we will talk to a neighbor that saw it all happen. In Columbia, I'm Kara Daniel, Watch Fox News, Local First.
Thank you, Kara. Also tonight, new information about an inmate's death at the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center. That death back in April. And now the Richland County Sheriff says the investigation into that man's death found even more issues at the county jail than maybe they were bargaining for. Our Mike White was there when the sheriff talked about all of that this afternoon. Mike, joining us live now from the Richland County Sheriff's Department. Mike, what do we have?
Yeah, Brian, some of the major news coming from today's press conference was the announcement of the arrest of 66-year-old James Lipscomb, the now former Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center Director, Safety and Compliance Director. Now, the sheriff says Lipscomb directed jail staff members not to notify Richland County Sheriff's Department of the inmate's death, but the Sheriff's Department's investigation also found dozens of backlogged cases at the prison.
After not being notified of an inmate death at the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center back in April, 66-year-old James Lipscomb arrested Tuesday morning on obstruction of justice charges. The charges are linked to the death of Keith Bagley, who died April 7th from the toxic effects of synthetic cannabis.
I can't describe why he did such a thing, but he did. So he is charged and going to be held accountable for that.
Lipscomb is accused of directing jail staff not to advise the sheriff's department about Bagley's death. As part of the department's investigation, jail officials were forced to hand over 62 backlogged cases they were withholding. The cases included allegations of sexual assault, contraband, and assaults on both guards and inmates, some dating back as far as December 2025.
You look at some of the charges, some of it's got to do with sex, some of it's got to do with money. That's a downfall of a lot of people. And I guess the lure of those two things with some people overrode their integrity. And
since the 62 backlogged cases were revealed in April, 7 jail guards have been charged and 17 inmates have been charged with assault in jail staff. Executive Director of Path to Redemption Training and Consultant Lester Young says there needs to be better training for jail staffers.
Most people may not agree with this training, but I believe that those staff need to be trained by those who've been inside that correctional facility to prepare them and protect them from being groomed into bringing contraband in.
After his Tuesday morning arrest, Lipscomb appeared in bond court Tuesday afternoon. He was granted a $15,000 surety bond.
Now, Sheriff Lott says this investigation is far from over. And when I asked him about the new director, Kevin Jones, taking over as that announcement was made last week, and if Lott hopes that could put a potential end to these ongoing issues, Lott's response was he sure hopes so, because it can't get much worse at Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center. Reporting in Richland County, Mike White. Watch Fox News, Local First.
All right, thank you, Mike. Of course, there'll be more to come on that particular story and everything we cover for you each and every day here at Watch Fox News. We'll continue to push for the latest. When we know, you can know. You can get real-time alerts sent right to your phone. All you have to do is get the Watch Fox News app. You can scan that QR code on your screen right now to download it, or you can go to our website, wach.com. All right, going to shift our attention now to the weather department, and things are getting cranked up as we inch closer to the holiday weekend. Let's check in with meteorologist Jonathan Wendt, who's tracking all things very heat related.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hot over the next several days, and not just hot, but dangerously hot. We get hot around this time of the year, of course, but it's very rare that we see these high temperatures for a prolonged period. Now, today we've got temperatures into the low to mid 90s. A look here at the radar and temperatures combined. We are dry on the radar, a few scattered clouds here or there, but when you factor in the high humidity, yeah, it feels pretty brutal outside, feeling more like the upper 90s to near 100 in the Columbia metro area right now. North, it feels more like 101. So if you're going to be out and about this evening, just make sure that you're taking it easy, and really going to need to take it easy over the next several days. High pressure will be in control again tomorrow, and this is going to lead to lots of sunshine and extreme heat. It only gets hotter from here on out through the end of the weekend. Our forecast for tonight, we'll have mostly clear skies. Temperatures will drop down into the low to mid 70s. So pretty warm, pretty muggy night and the start to our Wednesday morning. And for Wednesday afternoon, between 94 and 96, we'll see plenty of sunshine. Of course, the feel-like temperatures are going to be around 100 to 102. Some areas maybe near 105. And these levels are where you're going to really need to use the caution. Make sure you're staying hydrated, taking frequent breaks. Of course, I've got your full forecast, including the 4th of July, here in just a few minutes.
Well, the Columbia Police Department giving the public a look at the tools and programs it says are helping officers solve crimes faster than ever while building stronger community ties. Today's Columbia Police Department Media Day, showcasing everything from real-time crime tech to youth outreach programs. Our Kiana Jordan was there and breaks it all down.
Behind the scenes at the Columbia Police Department, the Real-Time Crime Center keeps watch over hundreds of cameras across the city, helping officers track suspects, review evidence, and respond to calls as they happen.
During our day-to-day, the officers are monitoring the radios, listening to the calls for service. We're actually monitoring the CAD. So any hot calls for stuff, we'll get on it and see if we have cameras in that area.
The center has access to more than 800 camera views, body camera streams, license plate readers, and shot spotter alerts. Officers say it's helping investigations move more quickly by being another set of eyes and ears for officers responding to calls.
Additional set of eyes, or on several occasions with the car accidents and stuff, the officers actually have video of the car accident itself before they actually get there.
At Finley Park, the department showcased new e-bikes, a drone, and community programs designed to prevent crime before it happens.
This is my after school and summer youth program from PAL. Everybody tell what PAL stands for?
Police Activity Links.
The city of Columbia also came out to share programs they have for young people.
Kayak camp, basketball, golf, tennis, summer camps. We also have our summer enrichment camps as well that offer activities throughout the day for youth in Columbia to continue to have fun in safe environments.
The department's mounted patrol program also joining Media Day and stealing the show.
Horses. High visibility is one of the biggest things. If I'm on Main Street, just say 1 block, you can see me 2 blocks away. I can see a long ways away too from being up on top of this horse, whereas in a car, you know, your field of view is just limited to what you can see out the windshield.
Kiana Jordan reporting, well, whether it's a horse, through a camera, drone, or even community outreach, the Columbia Police Department says their goal is always to solve crimes and keep this community safe and happy. And MUSC Health giving away free healthy meals for the summer. Speaking of keeping people healthy, in Columbia, Lancaster, Chester, Camden, Florence, Mullins, and Cades. This is for children ages 18 and younger through the Kids Eat Free program. MUSC also helping make sure children have access to nutritious meals throughout the summer at no costs. No financial verification is required, but children must be accompanied by a guardian to take part. For more information, just check out this story on our website, WACH.com. And summertime in South Carolina means extreme heat, and that's coming for sure. We're getting there now. To fight that, people heading to splash pads, this one at Finley Park, where you and the family can enjoy at no cost. Head out from 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening. It's available now through September 30th.
It's really hot, and this is a beautiful park. And we went last week, and my son was like, I want to go tomorrow. And then we're like, we'll go next week, but he's just loving it. Like, you've got to check it out. The kids will have fun, and you don't want to go home.
Yeah, they're probably going to be back tomorrow. Remember to keep an eye out for any clear bag policies as well during large events. And one note, if you bring the dog, got to be leashed at all times. How about Lake Murray, another place to stay cool this summer, open for the season daily through Labor Day from 11 in the morning till 8 at night. The public beaches there. Keep in mind, $5 for parking and a day pass must be reserved online in advance.
There's lots of splash pads around. We like the one at Susquehanna Centennial. The zoo has a really great splash pad. And then there's a local pool near us, I think with the Richland County Recreation. It's really nice to go to. And then we decided to check out here for some sand, and it's been really nice.
In Newberry County, emergency management officials there announcing a new cooling center to help out. It'll be open every day through Saturday to help you escape the extreme heat that is forecast. Operating hours there 10 in the morning until 4. That's at O'Neill Street, United Methodist Church. That's a location for so many outreach efforts when times get difficult and the weather conditions get difficult. Officials say food, water, and cold drinks will be available.
Well, it's been pretty hot today. We've got temperatures right now at 94 degrees. Of course, it feels more like 100 out there. Winds are fairly light at about 8 miles per hour. And a look here on the radar, it is all quiet. We've had a few clouds across the area today, but it's been very hot and humid. And we've got some extreme heat over the next several days across the Carolinas. Current temperatures right now, 94 in the Columbia metro area, 95 in North, 95 in Newberry. And when you take a look here at the high humidity, dew point temperatures upper 60s, low 70s. So feeling very tropical, and that makes it feel even hotter. Right now, the current feel-like temperatures are at 100 in Metro Columbia, 101 in North. So if you're going to be out and about this evening, just make sure that you are using plenty of caution, staying hydrated, taking frequent breaks. The heat illness risk is going to be pretty high over the next several days. So for the rest of this evening, temperatures will be slowly falling falling into the low 80s by 10 o'clock. And then after midnight, we should be into the upper 70s. So it's going to be very warm and a muggy evening. We've got this, what we call the ring of fire, basically the center of high pressure over the southeast. And that's really allowing for all the showers and storms to ride up and along that periphery of the high, keeping us just fairly dry. A few pop-up showers and storms will be possible over the next few days, but mainly dry for us. And you can see today the high kind of centered over the southeast, and it just really builds across the Carolinas for our Thursday, Friday into the 4th of July, where the temperatures are going to reach 98 to about 100. Of course, if you are doing any outdoor activities, any 4th of July plans, the heat illness risk is going to be high. So over the next several days, staying hydrated with water, try to avoid alcohol and caffeine as much as possible. Take breaks. For those that have to work outdoors, make sure that you're taking breaks, staying in the shade as much as possible. Check on the elderly, those without AC, and of course, make sure that you don't leave any children or pets unattended in cars. And check on the pets. Make sure that they have plenty of water. And of course, make sure that if you're taking them on the walk, that you do so either early in the morning or late in the evening. Mostly clear tonight, warm and muggy. Temperatures dropping into the low 70s with light winds. And then for tomorrow, we'll see temperatures into the mid 90s, right around 94 to 96. Of course, the feel-like temperatures will be near 102, some areas near 104, 105. And again, for the Carolinas, for our Thursday, 96 to 98. High pressure's in control through the weekend, and then maybe towards the end of the weekend into early next week, we start to see a chance for some showers and storms. And there is a weather alert day for Friday and Saturday because of that extreme heat, so keep that in mind. And then by late Sunday evening, a few showers and storms scattered about for Monday and Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. Well, coming up on a late edition of the News at 10 after the World Cup, some new research revealing there could be a critical window when babies are most vulnerable to toxic metals and can affect their brain development. Why Congress is now taking another shot at regulating heavy metals in baby food, and why advocates say families have waited long enough for meaningful action on this. Find out more tonight on a late News at 10 after the World Cup. Also coming up late tonight after the Sports Zone here on Watch Fox, this is what you can expect from the National News Desk with Dee Dee Gatton.
I'm Dee Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
It was a really big night for the dirtbag left, last week, without a doubt. And some of the crazy things that they've said, like clearly anti-America.
Democratic Senator John Fetterman blasted his own party after multiple progressive Democrats won their primary races recently. His criticism comes as another Democratic member of Congress is being challenged today by a left-wing opponent in Colorado. Incumbent Congresswoman Diana Duggett is facing Maylad Quiros, a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. A former advisor to President Bill Clinton testified on Capitol Hill today about Jeffrey Epstein. The House Oversight Committee questioned Doug Band as part of its investigation into the late convicted sex offender. Band claimed in 2020 that Clinton had been to Epstein's island, contrary to what Clinton and Epstein said. Band has not been accused of wrongdoing. Charlie Kirk's parents and widow will attend a week-long hearing in his murder case next week in Utah. Prosecutors will try to demonstrate that they have enough evidence against Tyler Robinson for a trial. It'll be the first time Kirk's family will be in the courtroom with Robinson, who's charged with aggravated murder. He has not yet entered a plea. And that's your news update.
We can find out more and stay up to date on national headlines by watching the National News Desk right here on Watch Fox 57 after the Sports Zone. Tough time of year for a lot of people when school is out, because school meals also go away when class does as well. And that's when people have to step in. So that's why Watch Fox is proud to team up With the Feeding America Sinclair Care Summer Hunger Relief Program, we are doing this together so we can help get as many fresh, nutritious meals to children all summer long to make sure they are taken care of. You can be part of this as well. Here's how you do it. See that QR code right there? You can scan that, brings you right to the donation information if you'd like to give money to this. It doesn't have to be a lot either, because just $1 can provide up to 10 meals for families right here in this community. All that money, it stays local.
Well, we've got a heat wave headed our way over the next several days. Temperatures topping out into the mid and upper 90s. There'll be some areas near 100, especially Friday and Saturday, and that's why a weather alert day has been issued for those 2 days. 4th of July looking fantastic. It's just going to be hot, so make sure that you are using caution, staying hydrated with plenty of water, taking frequent breaks, checking on the elderly, the pets. Now, heading into Sunday, some late day showers and storms possible, a better chance Monday and Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. I think you got the advice right there for what's ahead. Well, speaking of what's ahead, tonight we'll see you after the World Cup for what will be another edition of the Late News at 10. We'll see you in a few hours.